This week's Pearl Store is short, but surprisingly interesting. The new Arena of Solare paid Battle Pass has sparked some debate. Outside of that, there's a solid RNG pack and some really good deals on cosmetics. Let's look at what's worth getting and what's worth skipping, starting with the new Solare Pass. The big addition this week is the new Arena of Solare Battle Pass. The community's reaction has been a little bit mixed. Some players like the fact that AOS is getting more attention and rewards since there is a free path to the Battle Pass. On the other hand, others simply aren't a fan of Battle Passes in general, especially paid ones, and feels like it cheapens BDO, PvP, and AOS as a whole. Now, I will go over my own thoughts on that side of things later, but since this is a Pearl Store rundown, let's look at the value of the paid pass, isolated from all the macro discussions. The paid portion of the Solare Special Pass costs 1,900 pearls and can be purchased until November 27th, the end of the Solare season. The key gimmick is that you need to actually play Arena of Solare matches to unlock the rewards. You'll need a total of 70 points, wins give 5 points, losses gives 2, and draws give 3. If you have a 50% win rate, it'll take 20 games to max out this pass. Even if you lose every game, it would still only take 35 games, which isn't that bad. The biggest time sink for AOS used to be the queue times, but right now, with so many people playing, you can easily get through 4 to 5 matches an hour. So realistically, if you're actively trying to complete the pass, it shouldn't take very long. Since the progression counts even if you only have the free version, you can wait until you've reached 70 points before purchasing. That way, you're guaranteed to get the full rewards for your pearls. Now, that brings us to the total value of the pass and how it compares to spending 1,900 pearls elsewhere. Since the free rewards apply to everyone, we'll only include the paid track in this calculation. If we list out every item, we can see that there's quite a bit of filler. Things like one Seal of the Sun and some of the glorious buff boxes. The Seals of the Suns don't have a pearl value as they are traded in for unique dances and titles. They can still be meaningful for collectors, but they don't contribute any pearl equivalent value. The glorious buff boxes we valued at about 500 pearls, since each one gives you a choice of 10 loot scrolls, and that's around 50 pearls per scroll if you really need those. The biggest value though comes at the end of the Battle Pass. A 150 stack, a premium outfit box, and the Dazzling Solare Special Box. That Solare box is basically a 170 stack with some extra silver items. We only valued it based on the 170 stack itself, since the silver items vary in usefulness from player to player. Still, it's worth noting that you do get a bit of bonus value beyond what's reflected in the pearl total. After adding everything up, we get a total value of about 13,500 pearls, which is roughly an 86% discount equivalence. Of that, about 7,700 pearls come from the 2 stacks, the 150 and 170, and around 3,400 pearls come from the premium outfit. If you don't care about the Seals of the Sun, the value is still good, but it's heavily weighted towards stacks, about 57% of the total, with 25% coming from crons and 18% coming from filler items. So if you're not interested in AOS or the Seal exclusive cosmetics, this pass is very skippable. The time investment to play Arena of Solare might not justify the rewards if you only care about raw pearl value. Now, what this pass is really about are the 10 Seals of the Sun that let you unlock those special titles and dances. If you're someone who enjoys collecting unique cosmetics and don't mind playing a bit of AOS, it can be a fun way to earn those while getting some bonus value. The only real concern is that some of the titles require more than 10 seals, and right now, we don't know when or if more will become available. We don't know when the next ranked AOS season will come, whether another pass will appear, or if the prices will even stay the same. So if you're aiming for the higher tiered titles, Just be aware that there's no guarantee you'll be able to get them or for what price and during what time frame. Now, that kind of brings us to the community discussion, how players are reacting to the new Battle Pass model overall. Unsurprisingly, a new Battle Pass, especially one with a paid route, isn't going to be met with much applause from the community. Battle Passes can be done really well, but they can also feel lazy or cash grabby depending on how they're implemented. My own take on this one is fairly neutral. Compared to something like the Daily Special Pass, which PA re-releases every few months and basically just rewards you for logging in, this pass is slightly better. It adds a new mechanic by tying rewards to Arena of Solare matches, which is something we haven't seen before. Any new mechanic is a step in the right direction, even if it doesn't land perfectly. I enjoy PvP, and even though I focus more on Node War and Sieges than Solare, I do think this is a healthy move towards active gameplay instead of passive login rewards. If you treat this pass as a replacement for the Daily Special Pass, it can honestly be seen in a positive light. That said, it still plays things very safe for what could have been a really exciting system. Aside from the Seals of the Sun, most of the rewards feel like filler, nothing truly exclusive or unique to AOS. It would have been great to see more tiers and season-specific rewards, maybe a unique outfit or title tied to this particular season. The paid pass could have offered alternative colors, effects, or some interesting change. That would have made the pass feel like a reward for playing AOS and not just another cash shop add-on. The seal trade-ins for titles and dances are cool, and it's nice that PA included them, but they feel more like a content dump than something designed specifically for this season. Still, this could just be a first test run for PA to try out a new reward mechanic. If they build on it, add better rewards, season exclusives, and meaningful incentives, this could turn into a genuinely engaging system that gets more players involved in AOS. However, if they stop here and simply re-release the same pass every season, it'll be a huge missed opportunity. PA has a history of introducing new ideas and then putting them into a rotation, recycled occasionally and never really improved on. If that happens again, this will end up as yet another forgettable experiment instead of a meaningful addition to PvP. There are some concerning signs, but it is possible PA locks in and makes this a really cool mechanic. So for now, I'd call the Solare Special Pass a decent start, but one that really needs to evolve if it's going to be worth caring about in future seasons. But now that we've gone over the Solare Battle Pass, let's take a look at the RNG box sales. The October bundle pack is actually pretty interesting. You can choose 10 bundles from a mix of 3 options. Since the total price is 5,600 pearls no matter what, and you can only select 10, the goal is simply to compare the average values of each bundle to find which one's best. I covered the full breakdown of each bundle in another video, but here's the shorter version. The Dazzling Moonlight Bundle falls a bit short, averaging around 2,600 pearl value, with about 1,800 of that value coming from crons. Now, that does kind of make sense, since this bundle originally launched at 800 pearls each, compared to the 940 pearl price for the Gleaming and Shining Travel bundles. It still could have been the better value pick if the values were higher, but unfortunately it isn't. Between the other two, the Gleaming Starlight bundle comes out ahead. Its average total value is around 3,341 pearls, with 2,401 pearls coming from crons, compared to the Shining Travel bundle at 3,041 total and 2,209 coming from crons. For most players who just want the highest cron and item value, I'd recommend going with the Gleaming Starlight bundle over the others. That said, the difference isn't huge. If you really prefer the specific items in the Shining bundle, it can still be an okay choice. The main reason why the Gleamings are better is that it has a 7% chance to get another Gleaming bag, compared to the 4.5% chance that the Shining Travel bundle has. That being said, we will be using the values from the Gleaming Starlight bundle for the rest of this pack analysis. That brings us to the overall question, whether this pack is even worth getting. Assuming we get all Gleamings, we can get a total pearl value of 33,000 pearls, or about 24,000 if you only care about crons, for the low price of 5,600 pearls. This is a discount equivalence of 83% for all items and 76.7% for crons only. This is about equal to a 1.25 cron to pearl ratio. This is actually quite good, better than the current sweet boxes on sale and competitive with most regular RNG box sales. That said, it does fall short compared to the 2 months of blessing events that we just had, since those offered similar discounts but gave out a lot of 20 to 30% discount coupons. What this means is that if you already have 30% coupons lying around, using them on this pack will give you roughly the same discount percentages as those earlier events, but your coupons won't stretch as far since these packs are so much cheaper and you don't get more coupons with the Blessings event. So, if you've got extra coupons or pearls to spare, and you're confident you'll still have enough saved for Black Friday next month, this is a pretty solid filler RNG box sale. However, if you're low on pearls, you shouldn't feel bad about skipping it. It's nothing game-changing and we'll almost certainly see better deals as the holidays roll in. Now, with that out of the way though, let's move on to the high discount sales for outfits and mount cosmetics. First things first, we have all horse gear, ship, and wagon outfits at 25% off. On its own, that's okay, since it covers most of the popular mount cosmetics players look for. But the real highlight here is that everyone also got a one-time 50% coupon for all mount items. That can be used until November 11th. This coupon stacks with the current sales, and that's where things start to get really good. Couponable items include the 25% discounted gear and some consumables like horse flutes and skill change coupons. More importantly, it also applies to the expensive stuff like Carrack skins. If you use the coupon on one of those Carrack outfits, you can bring the price down to about 2,389 pearls, which is an excellent deal. Easily one of the cheapest prices you'll ever get for those skins. Even if you're not after the Carrack skins, horse outfits are also worth considering. With both discounts combined, they become pretty good value. Moving over to character cosmetics, there are some 50% outfit sales, and these are surprisingly solid. Outfits like the Kibelius being 50% off for 1,700 pearls, or the 2,200 outfits being sold for 1,100 pearls, is a pretty decent deal if you want these specific looks. For context, 2,200 pearl outfits at 50% off are a genuinely good deal, even if it doesn't feel as high as something like a cron bundle at 70% off. That's because cron or filler items are often inflated to begin with, while costumes like these rarely go below half price. As for the other deals, the premium outfit boxes, classic boxes, or artisans, they're honestly whatever. They're fine if you're low and need them now, but otherwise very skippable. A 50% discount on crons or artisans isn't anything special, especially since these items don't offer anything new or exclusive this week. So overall, the mount sales and the direct 50% off outfit discounts are the real highlights. Everything else is just filler value. And that's basically it for this week's Pearl store. The headline items are definitely the Solare Battle Pass and the RNG boxes. There's been a lot of discussion around the Battle Pass, and while I didn't want to dwell on it too long, it really does feel like an interesting test. Hopefully, PA takes the feedback and does something much better with it in the future. Outside of that though, we've got some surprisingly high discounts on specific outfits and mount or ship cosmetics. If you've been eyeing these items, this is probably the cheapest you'll see them for quite a while, so it's a good opportunity if you're into cosmetics. As always, I'll try to answer any questions I see down below in the comments or over in my Discord server, so feel free to comment below or join the Discord server if you're interested. Either way, I hope you all learned something from this video, and I hope to see you all next time.